We live in a man's world where the idea of productivity and contribution to society is defined on men's terms. So, obviously, motherhood is left out of it. The moment we become mothers, that whole sense of achievement and competency that we've had before is gone, even though what you've just accomplished is far beyond anything you have ever done before. So, where are you left now? In depression and probably even rage.
Hey mommies! We know you're tired and you're here for a reason.
We are two moms just looking to unwind after a long day. So come join our rants and let's make this journey a little less lonely, one episode at a time.
Welcome to our podcast, Mom vs. World. I have this healthy, beautiful child. I have a loving husband and a supporting family. This is supposed to be my happiest times, but yet I am ashamed that I am feeling my lowest, feeling helpless and depressed. I'm beating myself up as if I have created this thought in my head. I want to speak up and ask for help, but I'm afraid I will be judged. I don't want to hear that I'm a strong woman. I just need someone to understand and accept my condition. I want someone to tell me that this is difficult, but it'll pass. Is that too much to ask for? Can you believe this is what I wrote in my journal during the first few months of my postpartum? So I couldn't express this to anybody else out loud, so I've written it. How sad is that?
Yeah, it sounds lonely
Yeah,
actually to have to write something down rather than being able to talk to someone.
true.
And it is easy to kind of say, oh, hormones, just like we said during periods. But compared to periods, these are abrupt and dramatic levels of changes. All these hormones, progesterone, estrogen, prolactin, cortisol, oxytocin, thyroid, these are just a few names I remember. All these hormones are required for your daily normal functioning and your mood and your well being as well. Now, just imagine all these going bonkers at the same time. This is huge, but at the same time, I also don't want to blame it on just hormones all alone. There is a lot more to depression than we give it credit for. There is guilt, there is agitation, there is the physical pain, not to forget,
Yeah.
and discomfort, the fatigue, sleep deprivation. I mean, to name a few, right? You don't expect these number of difficulties right after birth. No matter how prepared you are, you don't expect that. You think once birth is done, finally it'll be you and your baby and your husband, a family of three, a new chapter has begun, all, light
Yeah.
and colors. But
Happily ever after.
yeah, it's not happily ever after.
I think it starts from day one. It starts with breastfeeding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it seems real easy. Your baby is just gonna suck milk out of you and be fed, and it's done. But you only realize it that time that you are not a natural at breastfeeding. That is also some kind of a skill that you have to develop.
It is really.
Yeah. I mean, you must have heard all these terms like breast engorgement, clogged milk ducts, flat nipple, perfect latch, nipple shield, breast pump, blah, blah, blah. You know the meaning of all these terms, but you don't know the gravity of each of those terms until you really experience
True.
it.
All those things sound like minor discomforts when you name them, but each of them in its own is a horror show.
That's true, yeah. And you're bombarded with all these new learnings at once. You're overwhelmed, you're sleep deprived, and how can you not hit your lowest points during such times?
Seriously, I've hit my lowest points, I think, immediately after birth, for sure. For me, the major reason for depression after birth was the social aspect of it. The hospital visits.
Oh, that's the worst.
That's one of the things. Yeah. I don't know how that became this compulsory tradition because it's uncomfortable for everyone. Like your uncles and aunts are all coming to see you, and you have to sit decently and cover yourself up decently while you have stitches down there. Just imagine that situation for someone who's not a mom.
Yeah, that bothered me too, but I think as not as much as some other things did, but yeah,
I guess.
it
Yeah,
is
yeah.
tough.
For me, it was very uncomfortable, especially that particular thing, dealing with people. And it doesn't just end there at the hospital. Everyone is there to give you some form of advice For a lot of relatives, it's like their time to shine and be heroes at that
Yeah.
moment. But they don't understand how taxing it is to entertain them in that situation. You have to keep smiling and nodding. You have to sit and patiently listen to them. You have to understand each person and respond to them with exactly what they want to hear. That's what means to be polite for a woman. And we have to do that in that condition. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
That's so true. I think
Yeah.
no matter what the situation is, where you are, what you're going through, we just be nice somehow.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
We can't even choose to not somehow.
Yeah.
And this thing is not limited to hospital visits. It continues for weeks after birth. I felt so out of control and powerless at every situation post birth. Even after going back to house, I am someone who personally needs her space, who doesn't thrive in social gatherings.
Yeah.
Right? So having to constantly listen to people tell me what to do and what not to do just made me feel like I'm failing at everything. I mean, they say birth is this miraculous thing. You just have done this miraculous thing, and somehow the world makes you feel like a loser at that point.
So true. Like as if you don't know anything at all.
Yeah, back to square one.
Yeah. I think husbands have to step in during
Yeah.
such situations. They have to be strong and straightforward to those people around you. Most husbands do provide all the physical support that you need, but how many of them are really aware of the emotional roller coaster you're going through during that phase? And how many of them truly give that emotional support you need? I'm not sure.
I mean, not just husbands. I think in that issue, there is a lot of ignorance for many people, anyone who's not a mother, basically, right? I feel like depression hits in phases. Forget postpartum. Even in normal depression, we find it normal for general depression to last for years, for it to come and go. You know, people in depression do at least get that acceptance, maybe, I feel. But for mothers, that is a lot less. It is somehow supposed to last only a few weeks after birth. But I don't think that's true at all for most moms, in my experience. In spite of having all the support you need from your husband, your parents, your siblings, and everyone around you, it's intermittent sometimes. There is a relapse after a long period of time, after you being fine. It's like people will tell you, wait, again, seriously, you were fine, I thought you were over it. But it's not like that. First of all, your baby is changing so quickly, you have no time to get comfortable with anything, and you're dealing with that whole thing at the same time. It doesn't just go away and go away permanently.
Yeah, for me, I hit my lowest points when my baby was around 6 months old, when my milk supply has come down, and I've tried everything to increase my supply. I've taken advice from my lactation consultant, from YouTube and WhatsApp schools, but nothing helped me. My instincts said my baby was crying because he was hungry. Somehow, people convinced me that I should keep trying. Of course, I should be trying, but I can't keep my baby hungry until the supply increases, right?
Yeah.
My
yeah.
baby was crying all the time, and I felt so helpless. It was as if like it's in my hands, but it is not in my hands also. Oh god, I used to cry so much. You know, you can't hear yourself crying on top of your baby crying.
Yeah, seriously.
That was my situation.
That is well said.
Yeah, and I think my biggest learning here was I didn't follow my instincts. Somehow, mom instincts are not given that importance.
Yeah.
Mom instinct is like God's given intelligence, but you're somehow not allowed to use it. What is wrong with people?
I know, right?
Yeah, I think only you know your baby the best, more than anybody else in this world. And
Yeah, you're not allowed to feel that way. You're not allowed to believe that you know your baby best.
yeah,
We are such people pleasers. I think that's why that happens to us, where we ditch our own instincts and listen to everybody else in the world but ourselves. We always have that conflict within. Should we follow our own brain or should we use other people's advice? Because It's rude to not follow other people's advice, and we have to be polite to everybody in the world. That pressure just makes you gaslight yourself, starts making you doubt your own thoughts. And all these people who do that to you, they probably have good intentions, but they are still bombarding you with all the things that they want to say rather than the things that we need to hear. So these people will leave once they've done this to you, and then you're the only one, you and your baby are left with those consequences. Of course, you will end up beating yourself up like what you faced during your breastfeeding crisis. I don't think any of those people can understand that truly, right?
Yeah, I think even if you go and try to express your emotions to somebody around you, you will be misunderstood.
I think we ourselves misunderstand our own thoughts and feelings. Most moms don't even believe that self-doubt is a problem at all. They will still think, oh my god, all these people are giving me so much information and advice, but I'm so ungrateful and I'm still failing in spite of all the things that giving. But they don't realize that that is what is making you fail a lot of the times. You not following your instincts is making you fail.
True. And all this pent up emotion that is inside you turns into some kind of a postpartum rage.
Yes.
You'll be angry at everything and everyone around you. It is sad to say this, but I used to feel angry on my 1-month-old. How bad is that?
Oh god, yeah, I had the same
Yeah,
feeling.
like you remember those days when you have to feed your baby constantly, like every 2 hours, and you're so tired, you want to sleep, your nipple hurts, everything hurts. But people keep telling you your baby is hungry, feed again.
They take
I mean,
the baby.
maybe they're not wrong.
Yeah, no, they
Maybe-
take the baby, and then in 5 minutes, if the baby is crying, they don't want to entertain the baby. They're like, okay, take him, he's hungry.
He's hungry. Yeah, probably he is hungry. We don't know that. But the state which you are in, you will be like, I just fed you. How can you be hungry again?
Yeah, seriously. I think I share that feeling for sure because I had very bad latching issues. It was very, very painful for me, and the baby wasn't sucking properly. So I was in such frustration at that, the first few months especially. So many instances, almost every day there were points where I just wanted to break things around me. I just wanted to show that anger somewhere. I was trying really hard to not show that anger on my baby, but sometimes I feel like I kind of almost have. I've yelled at my baby, at my tiny little baby who's not understanding anything. I can't imagine that phase. Of course, it made me hate myself even more than I already did for failing at breastfeeding initially. That's just horrible. My god, I don't know how many more mothers have felt the exact same way or even worse.
That's true. I have read this somewhere. Some mothers who go deeper into this postpartum depression, who are not treated on time, they even start to feel like hurting their child. Like some even do. There are a few cases mothers did hurt their child. That is how bad it can go if it's not addressed. But unfortunately, not addressed most of the time. You just deal with it alone, and you pass through that phase alone,
True.
which is still happening. And it
Society
is sad.
just cannot accept that going through something like that doesn't make you a bad mother. You will obviously correlate that to you absolutely failing as a mother. A lot of soldiers, when they come back home from a traumatic situation, they are left with a lot of mental wounds, and those people are considered heroes for it, for going through all that and for coming back home and for being strong and for surviving. The same way, mothers are also all heroes who have endured the craziest and the most traumatic experiences any human body can go through. So I would say to you and to all the mothers listening to this that remember that you deserve to feel heard no matter what it is. Behind the glory of motherhood, there is immense pain, and so there is no shame in seeking help. I really hope we could resonate with you because every feeling is valid in motherhood. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow us for more such content.